some of you will remember I mentioned fletching some of the compound bow arrows with feathers and trying them in the Kahn bow. This is what they look like. These are 3 or 4 inch feathers. The arrows look pretty nice, obviously, with feathers on them. All arrows look better with feathers on them. They're quite a nice shape, as you can see. Got that excellent little bit of detail in the back edge there. But the issue is very simple. I'll see if I can get this in view when I do it. When I knock the arrow like this, the feather is touching, and this is not really important because the feathers do that anyway when you shoot. But you can see the arrow is not actually sitting on the shelf, so this needs to, the knocking point would need to be moved. The issue I'm having with them is the arrow is knocking out to the left when I shoot it, and I'm not experienced enough to be able to compensate for it. So for the time being, I'm going to stick with my normal Jazzy 1916s, of which we have another fatality. You're not going to be able to see this at all well on this. There it is on the table. This one's well and truly split. It's got some nice curls on it, and it's split almost halfway down. Let me get you a full view. It's split almost halfway down. Now, again, like I said before, this is this is the downside at shooting at such short range. It's very easy to do this to your arrows. This is partly why I want the wooden ones, because although the wooden ones will break, they're much cheaper to make. These are about £8 or £9 each, whereas the wooden arrows are about £2 or £3 each. On with some shooting practice anyway. Both string silencers are still firmly attached. I'm amazed they stay in there just by being twisted into the string. We're down to 6 arrows, or back up to 6 arrows. Some of these are fletched quite badly, and I've been doing really quite well this week. Today's target is a Pepsi can. I've actually been thinking, if anybody that watches this has got an old mobile phone, or any old technology, you want to stand up there and have me shoot at it, send me a PM and I'll gladly destroy your stuff for you. This is the one that's got the really bad fletching on it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this light, but it's definitely not at the right degree. So the two that are really close together, they're really making a lot of contact with the bow on the way out. As you can see, I'm just throwing it all the way out there because the back end of the tail end of the arrow is jumping out so far. Round 2, we'll only do 2 rounds because we're shooting 6 arrows. We're going to shoot the dodgy one first. See if I can compensate for the fact that it jumps to the left by about 2 inches. Nope. Well, I'll be going for the card. and missing. Well, not great, but not good. I've got kind of a group of 3 here, a group of 2 there, and a loose one. But definitely improving each week. The last 2 or 3 weeks I haven't shot anywhere near as much and as many arrows as I should be. I should really be shooting between sort of, you know, 20 and 30 a day to try and improve. But I'll turn you around the other way. You can actually have a look at the form. Right, this camera hasn't got a screen on the front. The screen's on the back, so it's almost impossible for me to tell where it's pointing at this point in time. I think it's pointing about the right place. But this is the form I'm using. I'm not using a secondary anchor point at the minute on release because I'm just trying to focus on actually getting my shots in roughly the same place. The secondary anchor point is from here back to there. I'm basically letting my fingers go, trying to hold them where they fall. The string is touching my face quite aggressively. Hey. Sometimes I do really well, sometimes I do really bad. Didn't get a good night's sleep last night. I haven't really eaten anything proper today, so muscles are a bit weak. I'll show you how that one went. Again, not too bad. 2 groups of 2. But I'm definitely getting better. Without a shadow of a doubt. Thank you for taking the time to watch, guys. Excuse my sniffing and coughing and spluttering. And I'll see you again in a week's time.